This is Digivation Network.
Hello and welcome to Digivation Network, where we bring you issues on ICT, business, lifestyle, and innovation. I am Gideon Tobilaba, standing in for the regular host, Gabi. To be part of this show, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/Digivation Network, for exciting videos and reports. And don't forget to follow us on all our social media handles displayed on the screen.
Hello, I am Bayero Agabi, welcoming you to this new ride, a digital ride that takes you into the lifestyle experience of innovation, tech impact, and new business frontiers. This is Digivation Network. On a weekly basis, we keep you well informed of developments and trends. Now the tech ecosystem is impacting politics, business, public and private enterprise management, plus how the new digital life can transform your business. I am Bayero Agabi. Join us.
This is Digivation Network.
On today's show, we have a special report on the global financial downturn and its effects on Nigeria's economy. On Inside Computer Village segment, we will examine the cost of renting shops in the Africa's biggest ICT market and how it affects the businesses. Also, we'll be speaking with a social media consultant, Oxford of Badefe. These and many more coming your way on today's show. But first, let's catch up with the trending issues and developments that made news during the week.
Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Dr. Isa Ali Pantami, has been promoted to Professor of Cybersecurity by the Governing Council of Federal University of Technology, Owerri Futo, at its 186th meeting. Pantami was among 7 readers who were promoted to professor. Pantami, who had recently bagged the Security and Emergency Management Award on Cybersecurity, had lectured at Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, Bauchi, on ICT before joining the Islamic University of Medina as head of technical writing in 2014. Apple has announced the delay of the rollout of controversial child safety features, which it had planned to launch later this year. The length of the delay is not clear, but the company faced significant criticism following the announcement in August of its child sexual abuse material detection system, which involved automatically scanning iPhone pictures before they uploaded to iCloud. Chief among the fears of academics and security experts was that the system could be modified to search for non-child sexual abuse materials images that may be of interest to government authorities. It remains unclear how long Apple will delay its release following the recent announcement.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/Digivation Network. Coming up shortly is Digitech Tips. Sometimes sorting your emails can be confusing and stressful. On Digitech Tips for this week, Folawewaya tells us how you can create folders in your email. Take a listen.
Do you know that an average office worker receives about 121 emails a day? You can imagine how frustrating and exhausting it can be looking for a particular email when you don't even know the exact date you receive it. Well, just so you know, you can create folders in your Gmail and sort email into them. And on today's Digitech Tips, I will be showing you how to do that. Just so you know, Gmail does not limit folders, but rather labels that function as folders. You can use the labels to categorize your email in the same way that folders does in other email programs. Create a folder by following the steps. Sign into your Google account, press the cog icon in the top right corner, which is settings, and then click see all settings, which will take you to label. Click on labels and then scroll down until you reach the label subsections. To create a new label, select a create new label tab. A pop-up will appear. To name your folder, type a label name and then your label is ready. Refresh the page and you will see it on the left-hand panel of your inbox. To use your newly created folder, simply drag and drop the emails you want in the folder from your inbox. You can also create a folder and put emails in it as they land in your inbox. Emails can easily run you over and negatively affect your productivity. However, it does not have to be the case anymore. So be sure to start using labels to keep your emails organized. I'm glad that was helpful. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/Digivation Network. I am Ayeni Folawewo. See you next time.
That was Fola giving us tips on how to create a folder in your email. You are still watching Digivation Network and I'm Gideon Tobilaba. Growth in the economy matters for everyone. Individuals, businesses, charities, and the government. Nigeria became the largest economy in Africa in 2014. Since then, its economy has been struggling to survive, constrained by many structural issues, including inadequate infrastructure, tariff and non-tariff barriers to trade, obstacles to investment, lack of confidence in currency valuation, and limited foreign exchange capacity. In our special report this week, we take a look at how the global financial downturn has affected the Nigerian economy. This report is a must-watch for you. Sit tight.
It is without doubt that the intrusion of the COVID-19 pandemic has adversely affected every facet of life as we know it. While nations rally around in the wake of the recent COVID-19 vaccine rollout and with the gradual adaptation to the new normal, one area that will take a while to bounce back is the economy of nations. The pandemic brought about a new wave of economic downturn, and some experts would say the current financial crisis is the worst since the Great Depression. In the midst of these turbulent financial times, how does one manage finances despite the sorry state of the economy? We speak with a financial literacy expert, Oluwatosin Olasende, as she tells us how to manage your finances despite the harsh economy.
Well, my advice to Nigerians will honestly be, don't fret. Calm down and think of ways you can actually increase your income generating capacity. What new skills can you learn? What side hustle can you start to bring something extra? Also, this is not a time to be desperate, but do proper due diligence before jumping on any investment option. The scam and puzzling options out there now are super high and people are falling prey to them. In fact, recently, the DG of the Securities and Exchange Commission stated that Nigerians lost about 18 billion to Ponzi schemes alone. You've worked too hard for you to lose your money just like that. Do your due diligence and stop jumping on get-rich-quick schemes.
For many countries, the workforce comprised majorly of millennials and Generation Z. These unique yet vastly different generations' approach to financial management differs. However, millennials and Generation Z share similar factors, which include the use of social media to make financial decisions, the need to be financially stable, and pass on a legacy of wealth to future generations. But with the brutal state of the economy, the first have to overcome the high rate of unemployment and underemployment. Before COVID-19 struck, the economy was growing at 2.2%. The World Bank, in a Nigerian Development Update, projects economic growth at 1.8% this year, compared with a previous estimate of 1.2%. Despite these statistics, Africa's biggest economy continues to contend with soaring food prices, high unemployment, and surging inflation. While the federal government of Nigeria continues to source for solutions to counter the economic fallout, such as the recent incentive tagged Naira to dollar diaspora remittance by the Central Bank of Nigeria, more adequate measures must be put in place to boost the economy.
The Central Bank of Nigeria is doing is when we were kids, we used to call it tumbon, that kind of thing. That's just a kind of trial and error sort of thing. Let's see if this one works. If it didn't work, then we'll move to another one. Because over the last 3 years, they've been coming up with policy, the high level of policy inconsistency has in itself become a level of anxiety, has created the level of uncertainty within the market that people are just sitting down and looking at them. Yet the problems that they want to solve are left unsolved. So that's what has been happening. Now they come up with this bring one, collect five, you know, kind of a promo, buy one, get five kind of promo. And it's very funny. I think part of the thing is what they're trying to see if they can incentivize a lot of Nigerians to be able to start using the official channel for remittances instead of going through the back door. But that alone is not going to solve the problem, because you have to also address the high cost of remittances. The cost of remittances to Nigeria is one of the highest all over the world. And instead of, you know, say you want to send $100 to someone, and you're going to pay, say, an additional $20 or $25 on top of the $100, it becomes very hard. So you might look for other underground money exchange systems where you can pay, say, $5, but it won't be captured within the national data. As that last month or this month, they said that in 2020, Nigerians abroad remitted about $34 billion. I mean, they're remitting about $34 billion, and our budget is $35 billion, which means that ordinarily, when you factor the amount that passed through the underground, you will discover that what Nigerians remitted was even higher than the budget, the national budget.
In addition to these measures, the Central Bank of Nigeria has introduced 37 strategic intervention programs aimed at reviving the economy. Among these intervention programs are reindustrialization of the economy and intervention in agriculture, among others.
You need to be a productive economy. You need to be producing instead of consuming. As long as we are consuming far, far more than we are producing, this thing is going to be happening. And you ask yourself, how many Nigerians are gainfully employed? And also those who are gainfully employed, how many of them are productive within that gainful employment? What is the output of every Nigerian who is gainfully employed? I know, and you look at the high number of unemployment, then you don't need anybody to tell you that this is where the problem is. And aside from that also, for Nigeria to overcome its current economic woes, it has to grow at a double-digit rate for at least 5 years, continuously, non-stop for 5 years. And there is no way you're going to grow at a double-digit economic rate when you have an economy that that is like a generator. You start it by 9 a.m. and you shut it down by 5 p.m. It's not going to work. For you to grow this economy to that level, grow it up to 7%, 8% for, say, the next 3 years, and the other one, you grow it at, say, 10% or so, it needs to be a 24-hour economy. And you cannot have a 24-hour economy when you don't have the underlying factors that help promote 24-hour economy. Number one, being availability of power. You don't have power, you don't have electricity. Nobody's going to burn generator for 24 hours so that you can have a 24-hour economy, because the cost of that is even enormous. Then secondly, you have to have security. People should be able to move from their homes to their areas of work, resume work, say, by midnight, close by early morning, come back. Other sets resume and come back. You have to have security. And also, aside from people who will go into the factory or the manufacturing sector to work for 24 hours, you have to have a 24-hour logistics network. Goods and services must be able to be moved from one part of the country to another part of the country without fear of molestation or fear of attacks or fear of insecurity. If the situation whereby when all these trucks that are moving goods and services, they will get to one town, they will sleep and wait for their break so that they continue their journey, is not going to work. If you don't provide the infrastructure the security for goods and services to move from one part of the country to another part of the country. You can see what's happening. Food inflation is so high. Why is it so? And and majority of the foodstuff are products that are produced here in Nigeria. Why are they so high? Because it is costing enormous amount of money and human and man-hour to move them from the farms to the city and to move them from city to city. Many of them are being perish along the way. So that's the things you have to consider for you to be able to achieve this thing, for you to be able to address the tough economic conditions we have in this country.
The big question remains, will these proposed solutions adequately address, and more importantly, turn around the financial downturn the country is presently facing? Or are they simply band-aids on a festering wound? Only time will tell as Nigerians continue to struggle in the midst of the lingering pandemic and a harsh economy.
Thanks for staying with us. That was our special report on the global financial downturn and how it has affected the Nigerian economy. If you are just joining us, this is Digivation Network. Please check us out on our social media handles and our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/Digivation Network, for more reports and informative videos.
This is AIT Infotech Network, reaching you from Freetown in Sierra Leone, Accra, the Ghanaian capital, Addis Ababa in Ethiopia, Johannesburg in South Africa. We are in Cairo in Egypt, Tunis, the Tunisian capital, Cape Town in South Africa, reaching you from Dubai, Hanover in Germany, live from Chicago, Las Vegas in the United States of America, Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. We are in Beijing, China, in London, England. I am Bayero Agabi. Join us.
Up next is Inside Computer Village. This week, our focus is on the leasing of properties in Computer Village, Ikeja, Lagos, and how the cost of these shops affect businesses in the biggest hub in Africa. In this market, there are various types of shops ranging from the very big sizes to the small ones and even to the attachments. What is the cost of renting these shops and how does this affect business in the market? We went to the market to inquire and the majority of the traders believe it is on the high side. To customers trooping into this market to do business, they may be wondering why commodities are becoming more expensive, and most times it is attributed to the unstable foreign exchange. And this is what they all have to say.
On the very, very high side. As in Lagos, Computer Village paid the highest shop rent. Automatically, once we are on the high side in paying the cost of rent, automatically it's affecting our business negatively.
Very, very high. In the whole Nigeria, here is the most expensive shop in the whole Nigeria. In Computer Village, you are renting a shop, 1.something million, 1.5, a shop a year, annually. And the thing is affecting us so much. People may pay for the first time. After their money expired, they cannot be able to pay again. The next thing is notice, and their money is gone.
If you ask me, I think it's a bit moderate, you understand? But, it depends on the facility, the plaza. I think you understand. There are some plazas that have a standby generator. The rent is quite different from those that does not have a standby generator. Then there are some plazas that are just newly built. So you cannot compare with the ones that have been built long before then.
Well, the cost of renting a shop in Computer Village here is quite high compared to other parts of Lagos. For instance, if someone wants to rent a shop now, and you tell him to pay 2 million to pay for one particular shop, a shop that he can get elsewhere at the rate of 500,000 naira, to cover up, to make up that money to pay the shop next year. Of course, he'll have to add money to the products he's selling. So when customers come and they keep complaining about the price of goods, we tell them it's not our fault. There are so many things that are involved. But if the person does not add the money to his price, how will he be able to pay the rent for the next year? So it's a big problem.
Wow, it's too very, very expensive, very high. Like you see people renting a shop of 7 million. The normal rent might be like, let's say 1 million, 1.2, 700,000, 1.5. But before you could be allowed to rent that shop, they will ask you to pay a certain amount of money. Maybe to the owner of the shop who just left that shop. Understand? Maybe called sub-renting, or what will I call it? So it now makes everything high. Before you can get a shop, you keep like 7 million, 5 million, even some more. Honestly, it's really affecting us, the businessmen and women in this computer village.
This is Digivation Network.
Thanks for staying with us. Now we all know the world has gone digital, and with social media, various avenues for opportunities are there to be explored in these evolving times. For our guest of the week, we'll be speaking with an experienced social media consultant, Oxford Okpadifi, on how young people can leverage on social media in becoming entrepreneurs and building a brand for themselves. Here's the exclusive interview as handled by our reporter at Dazeokeya Ine. Enjoy.
So what would you say the rise of digital broadcast platforms in the future, let's say in 10 or so years from now, would you say it is possible that it is going to render the terrestrial television obsolete?
The internet is a good thing that has come because it has come to revolutionize the way we do business. Now it has even made research very easy. I remember those days when a reporter wants to send a tape that is recorded. Let's say, for instance, a reporter in Edo State wants to send a tape to Lagos State. They will have to send through a public transport system. But now with the internet, you have to use a platform and just upload it. In minutes, it's already there. They'll just download it. It's faster now. Though with the upsurge of many media platforms online, I think it has created a free market for would-be journalists, and also especially freelancers, because gone are those days whereby you have to go to a media house and you have to do internship before you cannot begin to start something. Even as little as TV program, when you want to start, they will tell you, oh, go and do internship. You have to go to media house, be there for like 1 year plus. Now, from the comfort of your home with the online, you can learn a lot from online.
Yes.
Master it. Then what you now go and do is maybe have training and mentorship for you to sharpen your skills. So it's not going to render terrestrial obsolete. Rather, it will only reduce the demand for it. Because where you are, you can do business with people around the world. That is why it's called the World Wide Web, Internet. So you just do anything, and unlike before that, you need to do extra effort for you to be seen even in another state or another region or another country.
What is your advice to youths that would want to build a brand on social media? What would you advise them?
Social media is a very good tool for you to get to a lot of channels or individuals ordinarily you will never meet, or some you'll be trying to, because it has created a platform for you to broadcast yourself, that you publicize yourself. Because if you look at most country and most citizens, especially the youths, they are very active on social media, so they are techie in nature.
That's true.
So you can also, that is even the publicity part of it. Also, you can also earn a living from it, that generates income. So apart from using it to socialize, to network, you also learn the business aspect of it, because that is where a lot of youth get it wrong. They network, they connect with friends, but some don't want to know the business aspect of it. It's only a percentage of it that take it as business and, okay, let me make money from this. Oh, I can use this. Most of them, they just use it. Oh, I know you, I see you, I connect with you, that's all. So there are two ways to it. You network with it, and also you connect with people and also make money from it. So they should concentrate on also making money so that in the market whereby unemployment is on the rise now, you can learn some digital skills and know, and by the time you develop your platform, people will begin to bring jobs for you, because the way digital platform works, you need to be seen visibly before clients can begin to patronize you.
Okay, so let's go to the entertainment industry. Where do you see Nigerian's entertainment industry in the next 10 years?
I see very big, because now the order of the day, disruption is now the order of the day. If you find out now, and a couple of years ago now, the movie DVDs, the music CDs, they don't sell anymore. So it's only online platform now. You see that all the video content or audio content are digitalized online and monetized online. So with a particular device now, they'll say, oh, you just be streaming, and while you are streaming, an artist is making money. While you are streaming, a movie producer is also making money. So it's going to be a boost. And some of those content creators that have ideas those days that were limited because of what the terrestrial TV were doing, now have a free market for them to be able to generate revenue with ease.
Okay.
So it's going to be big in the next 10 years, very, very big.
Okay.
That was Adaze speaking with Oxford Okbalifi, a social media consultant, on the rise of digital broadcast platforms and how young people can leverage on it. And with that, we come to the end of the show for this week. To watch a replay of the show, please go to www.youtube.com/Digivation Network to see it and many other videos. You can also reach us on all our social media platforms shown on your screens. On behalf of the regular host, Peragabi, thank you for watching. I am Gideon Tobilaba. Join us again next week for another interesting package. Bye for now.